All right, crew, we are back. It has been quite the busy past 2 weeks. Drove a little over 2,400 miles last weekend. I think I've got a sinus infection, so if I sound a little different today, it is because my throat is hurting. But as always on my channel, trying to look for, products that simplify things, making it so you can buy one thing instead of multiple to achieve what you're trying to do, and just things that simplify your setup and make life better. So what I've got today, in fact, we'll start here. If you're just tuning in, I am have been a huge fan of HK clips on slings. So I've got my Edgar Sherman design sling here that I am running HK clips on. Very solid sling. As of recent, I have also been playing around with the Beaver Dick Defense beaver tail. I do have a high vis pull here, and same thing, I have mounted HK clips on here that I picked up off of my buddies over at Brownells. So that is standardly what I have been using. If you have been following for a little while, I have done another video on my journey in slings, we'll call it, as I've been trying out different things. So I'm going to set these off to the side and get back to what we're looking at. So my journey in slings drew me to using the Edgar Sherman Paracord adapters and the Q Sling Devils. Had to purchase both of those separate places, pay shipping from both, to ultimately achieve the setup that I was looking for here. Now, there are some folks that, run your paracord straight through the sling. You can do that. This is a cleaner mount, much cleaner mount. But this is my Edgar Sherman in multicam that I run with my 11.5 URGI here. And ultimately, again, I picked up, if you've been following along, I picked up a Geisley Super Duty, and I was looking to do a similar setup, and I stumbled on the Machine Co. And I have not actually pulled this thing out. I have only opened the package to see what was in there, and we do have a couple of their stickers. So, Machine Co., pretty awesome crew over there. Set this over to the side, but we do have our sling retention system. Let's go ahead and pull this out. So this simplifies ultimately the problem that I was trying to solve here, that I wound up buying the Paracord adapter and the Q Sling Devils. This simplifies it. So what we've got here, these are machined in-house at Machine Co. They're made of Delrin, which is a thermoplastic. We've got 550 paracord. This is offered in black. They also do OD green, and they do tan. So, again, it simplifies exactly what I was trying to achieve here, because this now acts in place of the Edgar Sherman design paracord adapter. These do come in 1 inch and 1 1/4. Now, doing the, a paracord setup versus, your HK clip setup, as I've been running on the, Beaver Dick Defense and my other Edgar Sherman sling. This one's gonna go on one of those. But ultimately, a lot quieter of a setup versus having your metal on metal sound, similar to, this is kind of the same thing on the Magpul ASAP. And then the simplified, this just goes back through itself to ultimately tighten down onto the other end of the paracord. So, and that allows you to, you can shift wherever you want on the rail. You can do it a lot quicker versus being stuck with mounting points, whether it be your QD mounting point, whether it be an HK clip mounting point. You can now take your paracord, I can throw it back here, I can go ahead, weave it through my rail up here and adjust what my position is, or easily swap from one setup to another and be able to mount it quickly. And that was ultimately what I was looking for there. The solution, or the problem that I had was, you know, I have a few different setups, I've got a few different slings, but I wanted consistency to be able to easily mount and swap between platforms, whether it be my Brownells BRN 180, whether it be my Geissele URGI Noveski here, or whether it be, you know, my Super Duty on my spikes lower. Wanted to be able to take, you know, the same sling, whether it be the multicam, whether it be my Ranger Green here, or my Beaver Dick Defense, and be able to swap it between builds out on the range, out in the woods. I spend most of my time in fields and backwoods for those that are just tuning in, so that's where I tend to be out there shooting. As of recent, haven't had too much time, but itching to get out there and mess around with this stuff more. But that is ultimately what I found here as a solution, is our Machine Co. Sling Retention System. Comes in a pack of 2. And just very easily mounting, because these just are it's gonna go around itself. I'll put my finger in there, for example. Around itself, you're just gonna clip into our loop. And these are actually, it's a tight little slot there too, so you know it's not going anywhere. The angle I'm hitting at is not great for this. There we go. All right, there's one. And then on the other side, gonna do the same thing. Just got to get it into that tight little groove. It's actually much tighter than the Q-Devils, so even better retention from that aspect as well. And then those just, you know, tighten down. So very solid setup, quiet setup, very easy to, you know, mount. Obviously, I don't feel like I need to demonstrate how you weave these through to get them into here, but ultimately this is just going to slide into place of this and act in that place. And, you know, between doing this setup versus what I did here, cost-wise, these are going to cost you less, guys. You're only paying for shipping from one place, and it achieves the, you know, exact same functionality, essentially. I think the main difference that jumps out to me, which is nothing huge, is with the Edgar Sherman Paracord adapter, the knot is actually tucked into the adapter here. So the knot for the paracord is in here. As you can see with the Machine Co., it is just on the outside, and then it has a, you know, I think these are considered like a shrink wrap cover on it. So very impressed. Again, I just stumbled on this and I was chatting with them, and this seems like a really badass setup to simplify what some out there are doing like this by just picking up, you know, one kit of these. And again, they come in different colors, they come in different sizes. There's the inch, there is the 1.25 inch, OD green, tan, and black, as we have here. And another, you know, thought for those that are looking at implementing this on a sling is that if you are running something like a ASAP adapter here, excuse me, you can still maintain, you know, an HK clip here and then run a paracord on the front. I actually do very similar to that on my Paymax Tactical. I run a paracord on the back with an HK clip on the front, just due to how I have that one set up. Transitioning to using paracord front and rear on that, now that I'm implementing this across additional slings, you know, very well could be the next move with that build as well. But Again, just looking for a simple way to say, I want to take this sling off of here, throw it on my other build, and move forward out at the range and not be hauling around, you know, a ton of different slings ultimately. So Machine Co. definitely, I'm going to say it knocked it out of the park with simplifying this setup. A very solid, durable Delrin material, and just it simplifies it. I mean, low wear, high tensile strength. Can't really ask for much more out of that, guys. I mean, a simplified setup that is durable, quiet, and allows you to transition from, you know, one platform to another if you do have multiple. So, but that's what I've got for you guys today. Hope that give me your feedback on the downward view versus my front facing view, because I have played around with this view, but I thought it was a little better to be able to show items. So let me know, and as always, guys, run suppress, stay blessed.